Hey, good morning, fearless followers. Happy Sunday, and I'm here with your word of the day. It's a beautiful morning, and birds are singing. I'm watering my garden bed. Things are pretty good here, and we're looking at Matthew 5, verse 17, where Jesus says, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law, but I have come to fulfill them, or fulfill the law." And this begins kind of our conversation on the Ten Commandments, our series Thrive. That'll kick off, actually starts tomorrow as you go through the study guide in your booklet. But this statement by Jesus is pretty cool, that in him, he's saying he is the fulfillment of the law and the fulfillment of the scriptures. And he enters into, from here, this long, lengthy discourse or discussion on what it means to be people who follow the law, follow the commands of God. And he kind of takes things to a higher level. And so I think that's just a cool way to start. I often think about what Tim Keller says about the Old Testament, that every story, every law, every piece of the Old Testament points to Jesus in some way, and that somehow Jesus makes sense of the whole story. That the Old Testament points to Jesus, and all of the New Testament writing either speaks directly of him or refers back to him. And he's this central piece to the understanding of the Bible and what it means. And so as we enter into this season of going through the Ten Commandments and understanding the law, I want to ask the question, how do you see Jesus? Do you see Jesus as a figurehead or as a model to follow, or do you see him as a relational connection to really living the life that God wants for you? And I think that's what Jesus is talking about, that in him, we are able to fulfill God's desires for our lives, and we're able to follow God's commands fully, because not only does Jesus help us and guide us, but he gives us his power to do that. And he makes us able, even in our own brokenness, to love God and love others completely in this life if we choose to follow him. And so this is the study that we start off in as we start to thrive and experience the best life possible, living the best life that God wants for us. So Jesus fulfills the law. In him, all of the commands of God and the promises of God are fulfilled, and we follow him and step into a life far greater than we could live on our own. There's the word of the day. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you next week.